that good?
So, yes, welcome back to the Lyceum. This is episode unknown because I don't even know where I am at this point. But this one's a special episode. If anything was special, it'd be this one, limited edition. You know, I'm with the family. Let's put it that way.
That's it.
You want to say your name?
Kyreice, grew up with him, and yeah, man.
Aaron.
Now you do your intro.
All right, cool. Listen, mate, Kyreice, we grew up together. As soon as I come here, well, I was always in this country, but as soon as I come here, this is the first guy I met, one of the first guys.
Year two. The first thing he ever said to me was, I remember as year two, I said to him, "Oh, you're actually quite a funny guy, you know." And what does he say? "I'm the funniest guy in the village."
That's one thing I brought of me, man. Made him laugh, and it's went from there, man. A couple years
definitely
later,
the funniest guys I know for sure.
Exactly.
But then we've got Mr. Blair over here.
Oh, how I met Riyadh.
Don't expose it.
Oh, played a football match, and everyone in the village came to watch, and I chipped him. They're only 6 foot high.
This was a year 6 match, by the way. This meant nothing bigger picture. What school did you go? Where was it? Newton's. Newton's green uniform.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. But then we came around secondary school, and the party came from there. The biggest reason I kind of want to do an episode of these guys, not only because they're like my closest friends, primarily because I think we have like a intimate friendship, quite a spiritual friendship, I would say. He could be in Dubai, he could be on the moon, or no, you could be an astronaut, if you know, you know.
Let's not talk about that.
He could be anywhere, but somehow it's like a connection, you know what I'm trying to say? But it's just we're going to share the secrets of good friendship, you know, analyze it from a male perspective, obviously, and we'll just go from there. But I do have a question for you guys to kind of get the ball rolling, you know.
It's heating up.
It's heating up, of course. It's like what was your bar back in the day? Flow So Sick, microwave.
Oh, don't say
what
it,
you
mate.
getting 10 years
It's not the time. It's not the time. We're on a put it into you, man. It's not the time.
Calm. Who wants to go first? Answer the question, though. It's a question for both of you, but
Mr. Blair said he wants to take it.
Okay.
Or me?
No, I'm not do you. Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'll take that one. Go on.
Okay, cool. You start, yeah. For me and Aaron, yeah.
Yeah.
What is something that you've learned from both of us individually?
I take something from you. I take knowledge and character development as well, you know. That actually looking at books and reading stuff to go take on to the real world and stuff like that. And it's not really getting myself involved in too many things, like actually taking myself and becoming a better man for me. Aaron, he's always giving me motivation, because one thing about him, he would throw everything to the side for what he has now. You know what I'm saying? Like as he was going through his journey, a lot of things would throw. This, you know, life, you want this, you want that, you want that. He had the main point focus, so he just really locked my mind in like that, and said, I can do anything I want as well, you know. So I really took those from you to go up myself as well, to help myself out, you know. This helps character building, man. Yeah, I like it, man. Beneficial friends.
We'll go in this direction, I guess. I'll start with you. The biggest thing I took from you, I guess, as being a friend, is your nonchalance. You're relaxed, you're laid back, timing. Nothing seems to annoy you. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Like I think in my head sometimes, if Kyreice isn't reacting to this, I'm not going to react to it in a certain level, you know. You definitely inspire me, because back in the day in school, not many people used to underestimate you. They used to think you're dumb and stuff like that. Let's be real. But really, he's not. He is the ultimate example of playing a sucker to catch a sucker. You're the perfect example of coming across. You know what I've learned from you more than anything, actually, is that with people, you have to play dumb to catch them out. If you come across harmless, they're not going to think you're a threat. So they don't come with this aggressive energy. Therefore, you can get along much better. And you are the epitome of I'm going to be harmless, appear harmless, but when they step over the line, really, there's like a dog underneath.
You already know what's up.
You're like a sleeping dog, ironically. Think about it. He used to play that game. You are a sleeping dog.
Warriors as well, bro.
And biggest thing I took from Aaron is, I wouldn't say it's a take, it's more a give and take, if you get what I mean. It's like he pushes me, I push him. He pushes me, he pushes me, I push him. Because I doubt myself a lot, and I know the same kind of goes the other way. And it's not a negative thing. We all doubt ourselves. Anyone's watching this and say they don't doubt themselves, they're lying.
That's pretty normal nowadays as well, you know. Yeah.
It's so normal. And anytime I'm like, not stressed, but like doubting my talent, doubting my future, doubting my ability, which is all rational end of the day, this guy would be the first person I'll call, and you as well, and we'll just...
You set your head straight, innit?
Yeah, set my head straight. And I realised if when I go long periods without talking to you, I lose motivation. I'm like, okay, I need to re-talk to Aaron again. because whatever he's going through, weirdly enough, I'm going through the same thing at the same time.
I think like that.
Yeah, but that's a start for now, for sure.
Well, what about Mr. Bear now as well?
All right. From Kyreice, what I take from, it's kind of yin and yang with you, because you're kind of like polar opposites.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Kyreice is like, I get that laid back vibe from all the time. When I'm chilling or something happens, I'm all the time like, what Kyreice do? Kyreice wouldn't react, nothing. He just chilled.
He's a stoic.
Yeah,
he's
like
a stoic.
he just chilled. Like nothing phases him. And the amount of times I've been in this situation, I think, is there even need for a reaction? Would Kyreice react? No, he wouldn't. And with Riyadh, flipping it, like, sometimes I'm like, I'm not even like trying to blow you up on your podcast, but like, sometimes I look at him, I'm like, I need to be like Riyadh a bit more, just in the respect where sometimes you're the loudest in the room, but there's a reason why you're the loudest in the room, because you're either marketing, you're always doing something.
Yeah, there's always up to something. Yeah. That's the thing about him.
You think with Riyadh, do you think there's like him doing something, but that little action he's doing is for a bigger picture most of the time. So when I
full thoughts of everything.
Yeah, like
everything is
everything.
Yeah.
He's always thinking through for it. So when I see it, I'm like, right, he's.
But I would say the only reason I was allowed to be like that is because I had friends like you two. Because obviously I went to uni, you went off and done your own thing, you went on and done your own thing. Let's think about it. You had your own friendship group with football guys. I had my own friendship group at uni, and you had your own friendship group with
working things like that.
Yeah. This is when I realized the difference is that when I'm around you guys, you allow me to be Riyadh. You allow me to be philosophical. You allow me to be poetic. You allow me to dominate conversation. You sometimes allow the conversation to be all about me sometimes. But never do I ever feel like I'm overstepping my line, because it's just a comfortable environment. I truly feel like myself. And from Leicester, when I used to come back to London, I used to realise that, wow, like the power of my friends. Sometimes I sit there in life, and when people talk to me and they're like, oh, I don't have any friends, or friends always snake you, or I always just sit there like, I can't relate, because I have two friends that never doubt me, and I've always been about
that as well, though. Yeah, things with that as well. I find friends almost like a woman you want to find as well. That a good one is not always going to come by all the time. Like, you need to look, like, people think like friends are so easy to get. You can just get this one, get this one, get this one. Nah, bro. Like, I find like you and Aaron is like finding a good woman. Let's say, like, no funny business, but like it's rare to find a good friend.
It's
like,
a bond end of the day.
Yeah, so you two, I never see myself losing you two. But like, obviously, you see where I'm going from with the woman as well. And it's hard to find a good woman as well, you know.
But I always said, if my two friends, if you and Aaron didn't like the girl I was with, I know there's something wrong with her, not you two. For sure. That's how much your opinions mean a lot to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, another thing is that, do you ever clock yourself, like you're trying to make a friend or something, or you see someone and you just think, these ain't real Kyreice.
Yeah, I
and
think
you're like,
bro,
and you're just like, these men are jarring.
And you don't even notice the differences, yeah, or when they're very different to you. So I'm like, you know what, like, this is a bit weird. Like, he's I don't know, he's just not,
like, you're putting too much effort in.
Yeah,
when
you're doing a bit too much.
Like,
yeah, it's just not like
back in the day when we were coming back from like Romford or something, and we're on the bus, like, you know, Riyadh he'll go in his silent mode, and you can just firm it. You just sit. You just know you're comfortable when you can just chill in silence.
Or the next, the new guy will be, oh, he's acting up.
Like, you just don't know it. Like,
you just don't know me, man. But also, I'll say there's another thing that I'm not sure if you guys have clocked as well. It's we're at that age now, like, we're all 23 basically, and it's kind of like you feel the pressure to succeed a little bit now. And success is so subjective. But with you two, I know there's no rush to prove myself to you. You know Riyadh, the character. I know Kyreice, the character. I know Aaron, the character. Everything that comes outside of you has no bearing on my judgment of you. You get what I'm saying? And I see so many friendship groups where, like, my man's doing this, my man's doing that. Oh, he's achieved this, he's achieved that. I'm like, why is it so competitive? Like, you're meant to be friends. It's meant to be spiritual, bro. Like, if I was going to go to a war tomorrow, I'd want you as my advisor and you as my general. You know what I'm trying to say? Or vice versa. That's how friends should be. And I've noticed so many times, you've been around plenty of guys. Some friendships, I don't understand the dynamic of some friendship groups. It's like, we all are this person underneath, but with guys, we want to put on our shields and sword for no reason, you know?
No, 100%, yeah.
It gets exhausting sometimes.
But as you got, you know, when you're young, you stuff, you bump into new people, you learn from this, you learn from that. I feel like it's just part of life, innit? So you just take it like that, to be honest.
What would you say is the biggest thing you learned? The difference between youth to adulthood?
Oh, you know, there's a breaking point, you know, because there's some people that won't grow during the adulthood, so they'll go from the youth to the adulthood, but they're still doing the same things what they used to do in the youth. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things, a lot of people get stuck and separate, you know. So some people will be in adulthood, let's say all of us, but some people are still almost like they're in the youth. You know what I'm saying?
So they're still in their youth, but the appearance has just changed. They're still in their youth, but they look like an adult.
Yeah,
you know
that's it. Yeah. So you being around them is only gonna affect you, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So this makes you be very mindful. Like,
honestly,
you know,
I don't think I don't think I've gone into adulthood yet. It feels mad weird.
I feel the
I
same.
can't explain it. Like,
I actually feel the same. Bro.
like my environment that I work in, like in football, it's like get given everything. It's like you
know,
still
it
feel
is.
like a kid sometimes.
I feel like at age we are, body wise, still feel young and everything. But I feel like adult, like actually life wise, it makes you feel like you're an adult. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I
things
get
you
what
have
you're
to do
saying.
now.
By body and instinct, you're still young. But by clothing and profession, you're an adult.
Yeah.
And it's such a
like,
horrible
gets me
divide,
ahead,
you know? It's
Yeah.
like my instincts are saying to live one way, but society's demanding me to kind of betray my instincts to accommodate this thing we've got going on in
That's
society.
it, exactly. Yeah,
But it's interesting what you said about the football thing, because me and him have many debates. If you don't know, he plays football, okay? Listen, he's a baller. Listen, since childhood, everyone
He's
knew
valid,
Aaron was
man.
like
He's
that.
valid.
The amount
Yeah.
of megs I've got on these, man. It's
Listen, I megged you
Let
once
me
in
not
year
talk
9.
about my one, man. I'll leave it disclosed.
I remember it was a back heel, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Went straight
back
through
heel.
his
what about
legs.
the one in you know what?
Done it simultaneously, man.
Forgot so many.
But expand on that point you said 2 seconds ago about you feel like you got given everything in football.
No, just like it feels like such an easy life. Like I'll start my day at say 9:30. I'll leave at 1 o'clock. Obviously, extras and that as well accumulates the time. But I'm just getting given stuff. Like I come to training, breakfast is there. Come to training, they've got the drills out and everything. Really and truly, I don't think I appreciate it as much, but it's like everything's just given. After even what I was saying on the train, like you're saying about protein shakes and that.
Oh, yeah.
After training, they'll give me a protein shake. Like it feels like just getting looked after all
Yeah.
the time.
Oh,
It's like my
yeah.
mum's still there, kind of.
Oh,
if I was
makes
in
sense,
like a different environment, like I'm not saying that I don't appreciate it. Like I will still
Of
want
course,
to be
you've worked
there.
hard to get there
I've
for a
worked hard
reason.
to be
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
but like
It's quite different
It's
from the
just-
average life, though,
It's
isn't it?
different.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Do you feel like
much
it's
different.
hard to relate to other people's lifestyles? We're like, oh, I got to work Monday to Friday. Work is stressing me, but you're literally living your passions in a sense.
yeah, innit?
Do you feel guilty for it?
A little bit, you know, because even with Maddie, like she does the mortgage advice and everything like that. She probably, with how I react to her, she probably thinks, oh, like this guy don't understand, because I'm just in my like laid back football mind. I'm like, she'll be
Because
like,
it's different,
oh,
though, isn't it? When you got to
yeah,
sit like
different
somewhere
lifestyle.
like 8 to 12 hours a day, bruv. Like,
she'll be like
and-
to me, oh, Aaron, it's so stressful. I'm like, just chill, innit? That's
Chill.
what I say to her.
Yeah.
Just chill. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
that's probably because
You're
How
probably
she feels,
projecting
innit?
your workload
my work
onto
onto
her.
her.
Yeah.
No, but it kind of changes the mind, though, because like, you know, when you get some people that work so many flipping hours and some people that don't. Now, kind of is a different, like, you know, is in your mind.
I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm not sure if you guys realize this, but money really can strip away your passion slowly.
100%.
I've noticed so many
yeah.
guys my age, okay?
100%.
Not to say I'm in a better place, because I'm not. We're all out here in this war, of course. And I've noticed this. They say, yeah, next year I'm going to get out of what I'm doing. Next year I'm going to get out of doing it. But as you said earlier, when you're young, you're full of energy and character. But eventually that would die out slowly and slowly. So when you get to 28, 29, 30, you haven't got that passion or
Exactly.
that youthful urge to break out.
You're saying it
You
is
end
what
up
it is.
just staying.
yeah,
And money really can take away your passions, you know? And for example, it's weird in our society. The more you save up, the less you spend, basically.
Yeah.
And that means less to spend on passions. That means less to spend on materials, art materials, investing in lessons, piano lessons, because you've got to save up for things. Okay, the other version, if you spend too much, then you don't have nothing, you can't operate in
Yeah,
society. So it's a really
No,
weird
between the-
balance
yeah.
to strike in the middle. So what I've kind of done is just go all in on my passion, use all my funds for that,
Yeah, that's what I
and
respect
see
from
how
it.
that works. Because I rather, you know that quote growing up, it's like, I rather die for something than live for nothing. I kind of feel like that with
Yeah.
my own passions. I was like, I'd
Yeah.
rather die and go broke chasing my passions
Yeah, instead
and then live like a sedated lifestyle where I've got
what
food
if?
on the table.
You know,
Like,
fit-
what if?
that brings
What
it
if?
back as well.
Yeah.
That brings it back as well because with those kind of stuff, you need to take risks, innit? Like I was saying about Aaron as well. There's so much other things he could have done and was doing, but he took the risk and followed through. So that's why he's even where he is today. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you just have to. With that, so you need to take risks, like big
I think
time,
we should
man.
share your story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His story is interesting.
From the start.
We can go from the start. We can build it up together.
Right.
Here's a paintbrush. I'll take a paintbrush.
Yeah,
you take
you
a
take a
paintbrush. Yeah.
So I was in sixth form.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing football before, in fact. Then I went sixth form.
Listen, he wasn't just a footballer, bro. Like, they need to understand contextual. Like, in our area, you knew Aaron Blair, bro. Like,
Oh, what? Because of
football, like, you
nutmegs.
knew Aaron. Like,
you
Nutmegs was
not
on the
even
thing.
nutmegs, bro. If 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, if you saw him as an
No
adult,
matter
everyone
the
goes,
year.
yeah, he'll make it easy.
No matter
look
the
at him,
year, you
too
just knew him.
talented. He was
That
too
was
talented. It was so unfair at some points. You'll be on a pitch, you probably won't notice this because you're playing, but from our view, you'll be like, this, it's not even fair. Like this guy doesn't. If Aaron, whoever got Aaron on their team, the other person on the other team are like, we've got to play.
Got
against
to
this.
team up, boys.
We've got to team up. Like me and him,
German
he's a
defender.
team up on him. If he got the ball, me, him,
These
three
man-
others will come and
They
swarm
know my
him.
weakness. They know my
You
weakness.
got ultra defense, man. You got to like leave
So when
it
he's
on.
Make me
dribbling, we used to do this in his ear.
All that stuff. Make me laugh.
But yeah, sixth form.
Oh yeah, then I went sixth form, done my A levels, and I remember first year, everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, like playing football." Then the second year, I was like, my timetable like altered, so I was able to like on the Wednesday I was able to play the football, and then I started playing, and I remember thinking, "Rah, I'm actually not that bad." Yeah, I'm not that bad. Like I've actually still kind of got
It
a
took
bit.
him years of nutmegs to realise.
Yeah, I was like, I've still got a bit, yeah. And then one time, me and Riyad used to do this walk, yeah, from our yard.
But people don't know yet that you gave up football.
Oh, yeah,
So you
I
wasn't
gave up
just
football.
like some guy off the street who decided to play football.
Gave up football for A levels.
Yeah, like he was proper
Silly.
football every week. Aaron and football in the same sentence.
Yeah.
You can't have Aaron without football without Aaron. And then I think the pressures of school, for sure, pressures of like boyhood and
Just
social
work and stuff
dynamics,
like that as well,
life, doubts, growing up
Doubts,
into
yeah.
youth, into like trying to think for the future, but then you've got your family to think about. Just it feels like a temple collapsing
Yeah,
on
it
you.
felt a bit
But then,
weird. Oh,
then
the
yeah,
famous walk.
the famous
We need to
the
give this
walk.
walk a name, you know.
Yeah, it's actually I don't
This
even know.
walk
It's
is-
called the walk for sure.
The El Clasico.
So
man.
we used to walk, and it was one of them just like random ones, isn't it? Like Red would call me up. Oh, should we walk Tesco? All right, I don't need it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you just back in it. Yeah.
I'll walk Tesco.
Nice walks, man.
Yeah, so we just walked Tesco, and the talk. I can't even remember the talk.
I remember
properly.
everything I said, bro. Like I genuinely remember
Go
everything
on,
I said.
I need to hear this
'Cause
again because this.
in the moment, yeah, like I remember it was frustrating, and I remember before that walk, it was bugging me that you weren't playing football properly again. Like it was angering me. I'm like, how is this guy like so talented, bro, but not taking it serious? Like it's like a girl. Let's
I remember that phase as well. I was thinking, like, what? This is not Aaron, because I knew Aaron. Like when you say Aaron, I just imagine a ball, bruv. Like, yeah. It's at that point.
Or Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
bro.
like it was at that point. Like,
Yeah, it's actually so true. And then it's like a girl when you say to her, she's beautiful, and she keeps saying, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. That's what it kind of felt like with you in football. I was like, football. It goes, yeah, think about it. I'll see if it works out, X, Y, Z. But okay, so I remember I was walking, and I remember exactly where it was. But I was Ford Lane by that bus stop. And I remember I don't know why, I remember it was at night time.
Yeah.
I was wearing Adidas sliders, shorts, and a jumper. I don't know what, I just remember it. And I said to him, bro, I said, you need to get back into football because you don't want to be that guy at the family barbecue when we're 50 years old. And my son, I don't want to say to my son, oh son, when he was young, he used to be a good football player. And my son goes, so why did he not make it then? So why did he do this? Oh, I'm better than him. And I don't want to look over and he sits there and like sad, because you will be sad.
You would.
Even you play it off like, ha, I'm better than you when I was your age. Deep down, there will be like a void of the what if, okay? And I remember at the time I listened to something. I'm not sure if Denzel Washington said it or Arnold Schwarzenegger said it, but they said, imagine you on your deathbed and around you, the ghosts of the versions that could have been you visit you on your deathbed. So imagine that you see the footballer Aaron, or you saw the businessman Aaron, or the entrepreneur Aaron, and they visit you saying, this is what you could have been. But because you were trapped in your own mind, you never could manifest this. And I remember like it gave me so much like vigor to kind of replicate this story or this imagery into a language we could understand as friends together, you know. And I remember I was going so ham. I was like, I swear, it was like, honestly, it was like Julius Caesar about to go to battle, screaming,
crazy.
bro. And I said, Aaron, you don't want to be that guy. Don't embarrass me as a friend. Don't embarrass me as a father when I'm older. Don't embarrass yourself as an uncle by saying, yeah, I played football, but I gave up and now I'm working a job I never wanted to do and I'm doing things I never wanted to do. Because the future is already started. That's the illusion. The future isn't this thing you know, just appear to be. It's already started. The present and the future are so linked. So, yeah, and then after that...
Oh, obviously, if you know the famous... gateway, like when we left, like we have to leave each other. I was walking back and I was thinking, this guy's patting me first of all.
He got in your head.
Yeah, he got in my head, and I was like, but he's right, innit? Like, I was walking back and I was thinking,
no excuses, man.
Because I used to walk around like doing flip flaps. If you know what a flip flap is, like, my walk used
or
to
he'll walk past a lamppost and do this. I'll go past it. Yeah.
So I'm walking back and then I must have messaged like, I think it was Sheba. I messaged Sheba. Yeah? I said, Sheba, like, obviously I knew Sheba when I was younger, but I was like, oh, is your brother still playing? And that's Ozzy. Like, is he still playing? Like, can I play for his team? And then he was like, yeah, I'll message him. I was like, all right. Went over to his team and it was Onga. This is like equivalent to park football, you know? And I remember the first game I must have scored like a hat trick. And I was like, oh, not that bad. But obviously, at the same time, I still hadn't believed that I was good. So when I'm there, if they're telling me, oh, you're good, I was like, yeah, thanks. You know what I'm like, innit? Like, I was just like, yeah, thanks. And played seasons and seasons with them. Then I was going to go to another team at one stage, but let alone this is all park football. And then I think it's third season, I'm 21 now, and I'm playing Sunday football as well. But COVID's come as well, so you can't actually like play for another team really because they're all getting closed down. But park football is allowed, so I was playing the Saturday, and I'll play the Sunday. And honestly, the amount of goals at Saturday and Sunday, that's
every phone call.
I remember you'd flipping send it in the group chat.
How many goals did you score? 2 goals, 3 goals. Screenshot the story. 3 goals, 2 goals, 4 goals. You're like, how many goals is this guy
scoring? But when I look back at that, I'm like, I think I was still trying to like prove a point to out there to myself as well. Like I'll screenshot the goals or something and I'll put it on my story just because, oh yeah, look kind of thing. Just telling myself that I'm still good kind of. And then I remember my manager must have messaged me and said, oh yeah, like you can go to Dagenham and train. And I was like, all right then. I was working at Asda at this time as well. Yeah. And I was on the checkouts. Yeah. And remember I brushed Asda. I was getting calls on calls, yeah. Like, wait, why are you not at your shift? Oh, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Yeah. I was training. I trained for Dagenham for like 3 months. But what I used to do with like football, like Kyrie said, like I would save my money. So say if I went to a job, I'd save my money. And while I'm at that job standing around, I'm like, I could be training right now. So I'd just put all my money in my saving and I'll leave the job and I'll just use that money that I've put away. And then I'll like go on with my day, but I'll keep on training during the day. I'm kind of just paying myself really, or just living off what I've saved. You're missing
how much hard work you put in on the summers. This guy every single day training, running. Me and him went on a run one night. Yeah.
Oh, do you remember?
Oh my. Oh. I'm thinking like I can keep up with him.
You know what he's like as well. Like he's
proper competitive, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm faster than you now. Though.
Oh mate,
we'll do a race.
Leave it out.
Listen, I'm gonna put this a clip. If you want to see the race,
leave it out.
I'll video it when we get out.
Leave it out.
I'll race you anyway. We done on a run, yeah. And this one I knew I was on a different level. I said, Aaron, just carry on. Yeah, he went yard, I went yard. Like he left me in the dirt. And this guy was just running and training and he was studying football clips. Like he watched full 90s, watch it. And I'm saying, like, just for advice for football, I would say, like, it's so important to watch it just as much as you play it. Yeah, like how many people play football, train football, play for a club, and then don't go home.
You can learn bare things from like watching and analysing it as well.
Yeah, and I think it's in neuroscience there that they've done a study where they had a group of people practice something physically, and another group never practice. I think it was a piano. Never practice, but watch it non-stop visually. There was no difference in performative things. Like once they start to play, they picked up really quick because your eyes learn so much. Like basketball, I would just be confused. When I stopped playing basketball for so long, but I'll be watching it so much, I feel like I come back and I'm like, somehow I'm better than what I was when I stopped. It's because you're watching it.
Sometimes you're in the moment, you don't really realize how you'd realize if you was to watch someone do it. Like you ever watch someone and be like, oh yeah, I would have done this or that. But in the moment, you probably wouldn't have done this or that because you wouldn't have seen it that way.
You get to read, like, it's kind of like journaling in a way. Like you're living, because think about it, everything in life, you live the moment once. Like this moment is only lived once. This podcast episode, like we could do another one. It's like kind of like the quote, the same man never steps in the same river twice. Similar, it's a similar thing. Same podcast will be the same people, but different podcasts. You know what I'm trying to say? But reflection allows you to relive reality twice. You get to step back into that moment of living once, and you get to live it twice, 3 times, 4. Sometimes we relive moments so much in our head because there's probably like so many learning points we still haven't found yet. How many times have you had like a stressful moment in your life? It's bugging you. Then you eventually reflect on it, and you kind of find the diamond in the dirt, and you forget about that moment again.
Oh, a couple of times.
Because you need to relive the moment twice.
Off your shoulders.
But yeah, that kind of relates to football now. It's kind of like you're watching the game twice. And I kind of took that from you when you used to watch game analysis.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking, if you're watching your own game analysis, how can I do that in my own
You'd have one leg up, pen and paper. You'd get down, you'd handle business,
like even
man.
then, I was still putting that on my story. I stopped that private story. Like, I actually had a private story to show people what I was doing. And then I was like, what am I doing this for? Like, I'm still trying to prove it.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah,
do you feel like that, though? So that when you post things on your story, is it for yourself or do you think it's for others? I'm talking general now. Stories on Snapchat, Instagram. Why do you think we post things on our stories?
I actually think it's...
Because what does it really achieve in the bigger picture?
I think it's for others, really. Like, even I deleted Instagram for like a month, but Maddie still had it. And I remember she'd put like a story up or something, just like us eating food or something. And I remember thinking, what for?
When you come to a realization of that, you stop posting. Like you post, but it's every so. Like even me,
it's kind of to let people know you're still around.
Yeah.
Like, no one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah, because when the amount of snaps and things I watch nowadays, I'm like, what is the point? What does it do for me? You know what I'm saying? What does it actually do?
The only thing you can kind of get out of it is the memories. But I'll like video and I'll save it.
That's what I
save it in it. Let's go.
That's why I can't really delete Snap, because to me, it's a Snapchat to me is like a journal with pictures.
Let's say like 1 year ago, I'll be like, oh yeah.
I'll be with someone, I take a picture of someone on Snapchat, like, why you got Snapchat? It's childish. I'm like, listen, watch what I'm about to do. Save, close app. That's it. Memory done.
You know, it's funny as well because it came up on my Snap the other day saying 4 years ago it was us in KFC.
Playing blackjack.
Yeah. I was thinking, yo, remember this? I was like, oh my days. I remember the whole day like it was yesterday. It was madness.
But you see what I've noticed? I've noticed something about stories while doing the podcast. A lot of the content, it's going to be really different because I've released so much content by the time this episode comes out. But I feel like people only post stuff either to do 2 things. I guess show off. 3 things. Okay, 3 I could think of on the point, but we could probably add some later on. 1 is to show off, kind of like your kind of point. Number 2, I think it's the most important one, is express something they don't know how to express. So if there's a meme talking about, I like guys that pay for dates. A girl posts on her story. Why would she post it on her story? It's a way of expressing something she really thinks and feels. You know what I'm saying? Why don't she just take a picture and write it out? It's a really indirect, slick way by posting a meme or, you know that Justin guy, whatever his name is,
Justin LeBoy.
A lot of he writes... That some guy, exactly.
He does quotes in it.
I don't know. I don't know him. I only know him because I see him so much on social.
I know.
Justin LA boy.
Boy.
I'm so glad you don't know who he is because it proves a nice point. But it's just a way of expressing, and this is bad because in real life you want to express certain points, but you're so used to posting it on social media. I think it can actually get in the way of your ability to express certain things. And it's the same with, that's just second point. And if I think of something later, I'll add on top of that. The third one, I think it's talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Because a lot of people want conversation in it. They're very sociable, so...
Yeah, so
like it is social at the end of the day. So
they post triggering things because they know they're going to get a certain reaction. It's kind of like a spike drug now. It's like a dopamine rush. If I post this, I know X, Y, and Z is coming. Every time I'm on Instagram and I see a girl do a flurry of posts on a story. She shares one picture from here, one picture from there, one picture from there. To me, it's the most obvious sign of talk to me, give me attention. My notifications haven't been full up lately. And it's the same with guys when they post, for example, memories. When I feel like a guy posts too many memories, he's living in the past too much. He finds a lot of joy in the past.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never.
There's nothing to post right now.
Let me just
but
go my memories.
let me go my memories. Like when guys post gym snaps of them from 3 years ago, I'm like, what? You don't look like that no more, bro. Like, why are you posting that? You get what I'm saying? Or like, tell me if I'm being harsh here.
No,
not even harsh, you know. It's actually facts. Yeah.
Like, people have got different personalities for different like social media.
Yeah, I post a page from a book. Why? Because there's something about that page that expresses something about me.
Yeah.
So I'm technically posting a part of my personality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
It's like, there's so many different situations you could do that. When people post football snaps, just a picture of them holding their football boots.
Oh,
It's
that
because
one
it's an
jars me.
expression of your personality. You want people to see a side of your personality. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, but that
It's
one
just a
jars
new
me.
way.
That one jars me.
Does it jar you?
It jars me so much. Like, just,
What's a social media ick you have?
probably that.
What?
Probably like people taking a picture of like them at football. Like, who cares? or someone taking a picture. You're at the gym. All right.
I done the gym one the other day.
No,
you know.
but you're no, but Kyrie, what, you done it once in a blue moon? I'm talking about man have done it like
All
every
day.
day.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Fair enough if you're putting tips and advice.
Yeah, no.
But if it's just
They've just done a
the
little
dumbbell on the
bro,
But
and
you use the
they'll make
dumbbell.
sure they've got they're pumping as well.
Yeah,
So
like-
they'll you see in the mirror the dumbbell and it's just a pump of an arm. I'm like, who cares? Like, I
Who
don't know.
cares?
Just go away.
Validation though, innit? Because a lot of people want everyone to know that they're working, they're doing something
yeah.
in it. Like whether it's anything that like gym, sports, or wherever, it could be anything. They just want people to know they're working, not just doing nothing. That's how it is nowadays, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, as in, I think that's how people, as you said, express themselves, but they have a different personality on social media.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like,
I read something once and they said social media is your subconscious. Think about it. Social media is your personality without the human body. It's everything you want to be without the body. Think about in real life how much like the body limits yourself. You want to put on this big, large character, but appearances, material, your social position, that's all related to how the human body looks in society. But on social media, you kind of get rid of the body. It's just your consciousness on a platform. So you can really act how you want without the body.
Yeah.
Think about comment sections where people get really aggressive. You'd be like 5'2" guys, really puny, and they get all confident and big and loud and brave. Will they do that in real life when their human body's involved? No. So I think social media is the subconscious.
yeah, kind of.
Or a way to operate without the human body. That's why people find it quite freeing.
To chat bags on that.
Yeah. Or people in public stay on their phones the whole time. Because
That's them.
it's them. I think
who they
it's
wanna be.
easier to understand the world by two worlds now. The social media world, the virtual, and the reality. These two worlds, they collide all the time at this point. But the truest value of things is the real world. That's the beautiful world, I would argue. That's the beautiful reality. But social media really does, you learn a lot about humans through social media.
No, to be fair, I can even bring it back to me, like in football. When I first went to Dagenham, I think it's something called like imposter syndrome. Like when I first went there, I've come from like grass park football, and I'm there with like people who have played in the league and that, and I'm thinking, I don't deserve to be here. And then sometimes I'll use my social media. I'm thinking, oh yeah, like I'll post this. They might like that. That's when I first went there, by the way. And right now I don't care. But when I first went there, I remember thinking, oh yeah, they'll see this and they'll think, oh, he's got a bit of thing. Because I don't talk when I'm at football. Funny enough, I don't say a word really, because I think it is still that imposter syndrome type of vibe. Like, do I deserve to be here?
This happened so quick.
Yeah, it happened too quickly, and I'm thinking, do I deserve to be here? Like,
Within 3 years, he went amateur to pro. Like, think about it. It's a huge jump.
Big jump, and I'm thinking, I don't deserve to be here. And I'll do something. I'm like, yeah, that's my tendencies from when I was at park football. Like, I'll start giving myself excuses on why I shouldn't be there all the time. Like, it's still to this day, kind of like, not in the respect of social media and that, but in the respect of, I'm like, I don't deserve to be here.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years from now.
What image comes to your head?
That's why I like to be on the phone to you, because you changed my whole mindset. Like, say if we hadn't gone a week without speaking, I'll probably be at my lowest low. Like, if you said that question to me without being on the phone to you, I'd be like, I don't know, I'll probably be working playing football part time or something, but like
Yeah.
a week phone calls of rehab. I'm like, yeah, I'll be in the Prem.
It gives you that drive, innit?
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be in the Prem. And I do believe that, but it's just I have to believe it in myself as well at the same time. It's bare weird, mate. The amount of times I'm fighting my mind.
But I really think the future can save you because it's like the future really is like so dark and it's so hard to. That's why I think you have to have that artist's mindset.
Yeah.
I can't deny that I've been. You've seen it. When was I ever into art as a young?
No.
When did you ever hear me talk about painting when I was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
A whole
20?
different rehab now,
What
man.
the art to me, I've realised there's something so powerful in it, the way you can transform. Think about an artist before they paint. Their mind is racing.
Yeah.
They're so in the future. They're thinking about what I can construct. I'm trying to put these colours together. Even if they've got it blueprint on the paper, they still are
Still done.
pre-expressing. You know what I'm trying to say? And art allows you to create. All you got to be is a football artist.
Yeah.
But with your future. Like, think artistically about I can't explain it. Art
No, I
really,
hear what you're saying. This is what I mean, though. Like, Riyadh opens your mind up a little bit more. Man.
Yeah,
Every
literally.
time. Opens my mind.
Nah, but you've listened to me though. That's the difference. A lot of people, I remember I'll start trying to give advice because I would say I'm a very just a compassionate person. If I see something that you can't
say
see in your
it.
life,
Yeah, you say
I
it.
will say it. Because I could die tomorrow or something bad happens in 2 years. I'll be like, why did I not just say it to them? What would I have lost? And then Jordan Peterson said something years ago. He said, the truth shall set you free. Meaning, if you try and be as true as you can to life, it'll be hard, but you have an adventure. And when he said that, I was like, wow, like I'm just going to be truthful with people. This is the difference between you two though. When I try to be truthful with other people, by their reactions,
They're not trying to
or
hear
when you
it.
try to say something, they go, yeah, I get what you're trying to say. I'm like, they're not trying to hear what I'm trying to say. And that's fair. I might not be that person in their life to say that. It might be, I'm not that right side character. But you two always allow me confidence in my ideas. Like right now, you're letting me waffle my head off right now. And how you're seeing it, like to you, it's not waffle.
This is normal though.
This is normal.
Yeah, this is
but they're watching that, right, this guy must be talking loads.
Yeah, but
there's so many things I've discovered about my own ideas, my own life, my own past, and what I want for the future by you two just being great listeners. And every great speaker must have great listeners, and all great listeners need someone to listen to, basically.
Yeah, I know. I
You
hear
know
what
what I'm
you're
saying? It works both ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys definitely like, say if I'm ever studied in a school, if you're ever studied in a school, or they can't talk about you without me. I can't talk about my life without you two.
It's
Same with you as well.
It's actually crazy.
And one more thing I've noticed about our friendship as well is no material things involved.
No.
When we go out, we all pay for ourselves. When we do things, we never lend each other money. Well, he's lent me a couple prees here and there, but I always pay it back. But even then, it feels uncomfortable. If I was to ask you, Aaron, can you lend me £100? With the closest friends, we'd feel a bit uncomfortable about it. Let's just be real. It's like, do you need to? Are you doing this because you're my friend, or are you doing this because you really need it? I've never been in a position where I really, really, really desperately like a lot of friends fall out over money.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Money and women are the biggest destroyers of male friendship groups, I say.
Yeah, I'd agree, especially women. And that's what I can see.
So much.
We do not.
And it's not even women's fault. That's the funny thing. A woman could just be there, stand there, say nothing, and guys, the dynamic for some reason has shifted or the vibrations changed a bit. You know,
Yeah.
They're not saying. It's not authentic conversation. It turns into a performance.
Yeah, it's like competing against each other. You're like, oh yeah, like Kyrie's done it before, innit? Oh yeah, my Ferrari's outside.
There we go.
I can't even be like 100
yeah. I'm like, oh,
He's trying. There we go.
But what's the biggest lesson you say you learnt from women? Sisters.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Good shout.
it could be sisters as well.
Women.
You know, me growing up having like siblings or female siblings as well, it's kind of taught me how to be play the male character, like be a man, you know, like things you should do to look after them, stuff like that, kind of take on to, you know. One thing I heard the other day as well, I was like, you know what, he said, be the man who you want your daughter to marry. So you carry the same like things you'd want hard
that
man to
same
have.
energy.
Yeah. So I carry the characteristic stuff. Like having my sisters and stuff, it just brought me to practice that and become who I am today, you know. And I've implemented some things and it's actually so good, man. But having siblings is a big plus for me.
Is there anything how women act? Like there's a certain way how girls operate that you go, oh, I can take that for myself a little bit.
I feel like the man and the woman, though, two separate things, innit? But I feel like the man, there's certain ways he should go about certain things, or he should see certain things before it comes to him and it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
So a man by nature should be thinking of the future at all times.
Yeah, because
to offset any potential danger coming.
Yeah, like the man should also be providing, so obviously keeping them safe. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's just like the man's job kind of thing. But there's obviously extents to it. Obviously, you know, like have your woman work.
There's always different subjective dynamics.
Yeah.
So
but
a man should focus on the future, to offset danger, to provide. Always think where the next meal's coming from. And a woman is the protector of the present, keeping everyone warm, everyone focused, everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Man. Women are for the present, men are for the future.
Yeah.
And a relationship is when the man and woman tackle the past together.
Go on, elaborate.
You're not my girl. but if I have a girl, when I have a girl, she has her past that are problematic. I have a past that's problematic. But together, we tackle that situation together.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that.
But her job is every relationship is different. Her job is to keep the warm present and a man think about the future. Or a really powerful couple is they do both together. I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. What would you
future?
Why did you switch out so quick?
No, because I'm just thinking. I don't like say something and stick to it. I kind of allow myself to be wrong.
Oh yeah.
And being wrong, you can be right.
Yeah.
But what have you say you've learned from women, or your relationship to women in your life?
Probably like being mad protective. That's what I've learned. Like, as in, I don't know. Like
that can get the best of you, though, innit?
Yeah, it can. But at the same time, it's kind of taught me to be laid back. Like at first, I used to be proper protective, but now at the same time, like I got a little sister, and one's a lesbian, so I'm kind of I'm alright.
Yeah,
when I heard that one, I was like, yes, sir. But then the other one's like, she have a boyfriend or something. I'm like, at first I'm thinking,
it gets in your head, innit?
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, when my little sister has, oh my gosh, I'm like,
the capabilities of guys out there.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's going on?
It's eating me, but like they're growing up now, innit? So you can't really do nothing.
But now it's kind of taught me to be laid back, kind of at the same time, because I'm thinking, I don't know, but I think because of how I am as a guy, I'll probably look at people and I'm thinking, because I've been in a relationship like 4 years, so I look when my little sister goes in a relationship or something. I'm like, if the guy's like me, then she'll be alright, innit?
Oh yeah.
But obviously,
you know boys like, nowadays, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially because where you've been in a relationship so long, you can probably tell someone that's unserious quick, innit? Like
100%.
you just quote them like that.
Just like narcissists just everywhere.
Yeah.
Telling one thing and then doing another. I'm not on that.
What have you learned from Maddie?
From Maddie. Bears. Just like, even her, it's like her drive, even though she's like, if you to know Maddie, she is the most.
She's gonna love this replay, mate.
She's gonna have this. But she's the most chilled girl you'll ever have, like you'll ever know.
She's amazing. To be fair.
She is amazing, yeah, and like just her drive, like she's really shy, but she'll still do something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
her mortgage, like she's doing mortgage advising now, but she was a PA before for the mortgage advisor.
Yeah.
Now she's doing all like doing the mortgages and that. But before she was a PA, she'll be like, "Oh, Aaron, like getting anxious about it. Like, I don't know if I can answer the calls.
Oh yeah.
But without even saying anything, she's done it.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of learned, just like she just kind of goes off of
dog,
instinct. Yeah. She is. Yeah, she's a sleeping dog. And just even like with my football and everything, she probably defined love for me, I'd say.
You think so?
Yeah, just like.
So what was your like notion?
Before I would say my view of love was just like, I don't know. I think it's more of a physical like
Yeah, like-
viewing. Like,
yeah.
Probably because I was young, but now it's like everything I do. Like,
Feels religious almost.
yeah, it feels weird as well when I'm at football and people are like, "Oh, your missus is here." I'm like, "Yeah," and it's like, "Oh, it's a bit weird" or something like that. Not weird, like as in she's there, but they're like, "My missus wouldn't do that." The amount of people have said to me, "Oh, yeah, your girl's
Yeah,
a good
but
egg."
she comes almost every game, innit? So
It is.
yeah.
She'll like I've failed my test many times. My driving test. I'm trying. Like, it was a horse on my driving test.
Yeah.
There you go. They don't want. God don't want me to. You don't want me to pass.
There's a horse.
You don't want me to pass. Yeah, but I'm trying. But she'll drive me to football, drive me to training
Every weekend.
every week. She'll go to my games and she's always there. Like, honestly, I've said this to her before. Like, I don't think I could. Even her family as well. I don't think I could replace. I cannot replace her.
But you know
No,
how
honestly.
good that is, though. 'Cause you know,
Replace her.
there's a lot of girls now. They'll just say they can't be out there saying indoors and stuff like that. It's the fact that she goes and puts that effort in it.
Bro,
It's mad.
I've never seen anything.
She is
like
like she has unshakable faith in you, and you have faith in her. And I think in love and obviously love in a relationship, again, it goes back to what we said earlier about the past, the present, and the future. The future is all about faith. I can't show you right now to a girl right now, if I was going to go on a date with her, I can't show her the man that I really am. I can't show her my ambitions. I can talk so much though, but there's nothing I can prove in this moment.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'll ever ask from a girl is to have faith in me. Just have faith, and I promise you, I won't let you down, okay? And so many girls don't like men because so many guys have exhausted their faith.
Yeah.
So many guys give them that cheeky talk, I'll do this, we could do this, we could do that. A girl gets her money out, gives a £20 note worth of faith, and what does he do? Scrunches it and runs off with her faith. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And in the end, some girls right now, you open their pockets, there's no more faith to give. That's why. And now if you add something on top of that now, especially with this whole toxic culture of like Riz and all this, I sound like I'm
No,
like
this is
some
what people
like,
like, though, isn't it?
huh?
That's what people would say nowadays.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, all this Riz stuff, now it's open in the open. Get as many girls as you can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before it used to be a bit more subtle. Like if you say to a guy, "Oh, you're an F boy," or whatever, he'd be like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, I am.
Right, man does
I
his
Riz
thing
girls.
still, yeah.
it's too open.
King for.
Yeah, it means it's like when you're a kid and you do naughty things, you do it in secret. But when you get loud in the open, what does it mean? It means that you haven't got respect
Yeah, you don't care.
anymore. And it's kind of like the relationship between men and women. Now women are starting to become like men. Okay, since I haven't got faith in them, I might as well play the same game as them. Now some girls play it way better than some guys, bro.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. But they do.
Kyrie.
But
What are you on about, bro?
No, my other boy Kyrie. So I've got two boys called Kyrie.
This guy, man.
But it's interesting. What's your notion of love?
My notion of love. Elaborate, brother.
What's your meaning of love?
If your child was to ask you, Dad, what is love and how can you explain love to me? How would you describe it to him?
Listen, yeah, I feel like the woman should replicate your mother almost. What I mean by that, you see how your mum grew you up, she looked after you, she done this and that. Like, she's always there for you. I feel like it should be that. You see how you're comfortable, you're not with her, you're overthinking or pretending to be someone else. Like your mum is the most comfortable. If you walk around in a flipping towel in the house, you don't feel away, it's your mum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like your girl should be similar to your own mum, you know?
You talk about the level of comfortability is like...
Yeah, I feel like it should be beyond that where you're trying to act this or that or trying to like, you know, put a lot of posture on, and I feel like it should be beyond that, you know. You should just have feel that click or feel that comfortability. You shouldn't have to think about anything, just be yourself. Like you know, you walk like with you said, like you said with friends now, you walk with me and Aaron. You feel yourself, you be yourself, you know.
And I feel
judging.
prideful walking with you two.
Yeah, so imagine that of a woman now. You know what I'm saying? So
It's true,
you
it's
get that
actually
from your
true,
mum as well. So I was like, you know, my woman has to be just like my mum. I need to feel just that way. I know maybe the first might be different, but if you build that over time, bro, that's
I
it.
can't
like,
wait for the day that I get a wife, you get a wife, and obviously Maddie.
do a
And
triple
it will be all six of us, let's be real.
Yeah.
But there was something I wanted to say. You triggered something in my mind just now. That's what you're saying. And that whole, you have to be comfortable. Let me ask you a question. Tell me if this is the same with you and Maddie, okay? I think just for like to start the base of the pyramid, yeah? And we'll work our way up. I think women physically suffer because of labor, menstrual cycle, hormones. They get it bad. Let's just be real.
Yeah, they
physically.
get it bad,
How many times have you, as a guy, sat there like, I'm actually low key happy to be a guy? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like happy I ain't got to go through that, bro.
When they're talking about their period pains.
Yeah, I'm just like, thank God that's not me, bro. And she's like, are you gonna hold my hand when I give labor? I'm like, yeah, of course, but at least I'm not the one going through it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. I think men have. I always used to think growing up, even as a kid, at 8 years old, 9 years, I'm like, how is that fair? Nature's meant to be balanced. Why do we get it off so easy and they get it so difficult? But I grew up and I realized we suffer psychologically. I think it's the balance. I think men, we suffer psychologically,
100%, yeah,
and women
100%.
suffer physically.
Have you ever just looked in the mirror and be like, yo, like, you start beating yourself up about things like, yo, like, why have I done this? Oh, what do I need to do this time? Or this and that. Or, like, you just start judging yourself so much. Yeah.
Cool. So this is why I think the woman is so powerful. You know, they always say a great man always needs a strong woman. Why? Because when you're around your woman, she gives you so much unconditional love. For no matter what you do, she loves you. Kind of like the mother point you said. It's unconditional. So all these little things you bring about yourself. How many times to Maddie have you said, oh, but Mads, I'm this and that? She goes, what are you thinking that for? I love you regardless. Like, you're Aaron. You're like, but if you were single and you didn't have that support base, wow, you have to now fight so much many more demons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That a woman, by her just being there that loves you, alleviates so much suffering, so much psychological doubt and hate. And I know people watching this saying, this is what I'm saying, when girls say we can't comment about how they act, they can't comment about how the man's mind act. Because why is it no secret that every single man on earth can come to and agree, yeah, we are very too over hard on ourselves. Because by the mouth we don't express. Inside, oh goodness me!
Oh, listen,
and I tell you,
left, right, and centre.
There's a girl that I was with. I have to say it. I don't debate if I should say her name or not.
Don't say it, man. Don't say it, man.
If you don't want to,
I have. Okay, that's true.
It out.
This girl here was a special girl, bro. I'm actually debating, okay, it doesn't matter. She was special because when I was like with her, sitting next to her, talking with her, I felt so powerful, bro. You know what I'm saying? I felt so strong, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to say ideas to her, express things, express my love, and it really felt like it was received and understood. I'll come to her, oh, but I'm scared about this, and the future's this, I don't know, and this and that. And she'll be like, what are you worried about? I'm thinking, if I'm doubting, when I'm away from her and I was doubting myself, I used to think, like, she doesn't see this in me, so why am I seeing it in myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, she loves it unconditional. Why can't I treat myself the same way, the same love or care she was showing me, you know? Women are very powerful, and I think even in the Plato, one of the biggest things that took away is, tell me if you agree, someone asked Socrates, what do you think of love? Or he goes, a woman taught me love. I'm like, when I read that bar, I was like, it's true.
I actually do, you know.
A woman teaches you. Can't. A man can't teach himself what love is. A woman can only teaches you what love is. I'm not trying to say this to guys to wake up and recognize the beauty in women. I'm saying to women, wake up and realize the beauty in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, the women are more emotionally involved, isn't it? Like the boy will be like, put it to yourself, you'd probably say, oh, brush it, it's calm, and go about your business, go do some other things. The woman will sit down and deal with that. She'll be like, oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you you know what I'm saying? She's more emotionally involved. Or if you do something, she's gonna feed it a lot. If she does something, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go then. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just that's the difference between the man and the woman, man. That's the way I see it, man.
I have a dead game. Oh no, I have a dead game.
Yeah.
Man's like, no, you're being hard on yourself. You done fantastic.
So she being there for you and reassuring.
Do you feel like the love that she gives you almost feels terrifying?
Yeah, like don't feel real. Like sometimes, not even to get deep, but like sometimes I doubt my relationship kind of just by how perfect it feels. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like you're at a point though where it's comfortable. Like you're more than
strong, I would say.
That's what I'm saying. It's strong,
but you know when
and it's comfortable. Like he ain't got to worry. He's good.
Yeah, I know, but you know when it's like it's so good, it don't feel.
Do I deserve this?
Yeah, kind of thing. It's like.
Isn't that funny? Is that we always want happiness, and you finally get it, and we kind of don't want it. You know.
It's like you doubt it. I've said it to her before. It's like, it's that good. Like, what's around the corner for me that's going to hit me in my face, kind of thing. Like.
No, but yeah, you're in a good spot though, because let's say I'm sure you're at the point now where you'd see another thing, be like, oh, you'd see it, cool, What's she even like though? I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? You start looking inside, innit? Yeah, you start
take
looking
it
inside.
personal.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
look
men
inside.
take
Not
it
just
so personally.
Yeah.
But like, we take it personally on our characters, our actual person, ourself. You know, like one rejection can completely like shift your character sometimes. Don't you think?
I never used to move. Remember back in the day, I used to try and move to a girl, but I wouldn't do it because I was getting rejected or something. If I thought I was going to get rejected, I wouldn't do it.
You was like a sniper, bro. You only shoot when you know you can hit.
Yeah, if I can, then
like
calling it a day, mate. Like, you weren't getting me.
What about what do you think about? Do you feel like there's any difference between loving? Okay, let's talk about sister love.
Oh, yeah.
What about loving your sisters as females?
Yeah,
I think it's the most painfully pleasurable love you can ever have.
Yeah, it's actually nice, you know. But that's what I said. You learn a lot of things from it to take onto your woman and your mother and stuff like that. But that's the way I feel about it. Like same thing. I'd say it just creates you a man, innit? But you just got to learn how to, for your sake as well,
Do you feel like
not be crazy on the boys as well when they're growing up.
Let me ask you a question quick.
Well,
Do you feel like your relationship with your sisters is actually been practiced for your relationship with your daughters?
Oh, 100%. I promise you, 100%. Because I look at Rhiannon sometimes, especially, and Rhiannon's just like me. And I'm like, I'm going to have to do this with my daughter. Casey as well. I had an argument with her yesterday. So today, she's got like, must have bipolar or something, innit? Today, she'll
I know
be
she's
the
going to watch
happiest.
that. What did he say?
Yeah, she will probably beef as well, innit? Today, she'll be the happiest. Tomorrow, different person. And she'll get me on my down day. But yesterday, I actually had an argument with her because I was like, I must have been speaking to her. I didn't even say anything. All I said was, hello, or I just tried to troll her or something like that, yeah. All like this to me when I'm next to the kettle. I said, you know what? Don't talk to me. Yeah. I said, don't talk to me. I went to go to Maddie's, yeah, and she's walking around the corner as well. And she looked at me and she's put her head down. I'm like, stored, innit? She's like, she's actually airing me still, innit? I said, what, you're still airing me? You're not talking to me? She said, yeah, you said it. I'm thinking, if this is what a daughter's going to be like, I think I'm going to have a headache. But having this as practice, especially Rhiannon, it's like, because Rhiannon, she have a boy or something, and it's like, just get this natural protective energy. It's crazy. But obviously I've got my older sister as well. When I was younger though, I remember going out. I remember exactly where I went, Dagenham Asda. And I was like, I don't know what I thought I was going to do. I was like 10 years old. And a guy was looking at my sister. And I was like this.
Oh, I've been through that.
10-year-old. You remember how mager and small I used to be as well. I'm looking at him like, but what am I going to do? But I must have had it from when I was young.
You had that thought, like, if you can't protect your sisters, you're not a man.
Yeah.
I've had that thought too. Like, for sure.
All the time.
But it's interesting though, like, I'm sitting here just, as you're listening to you speak, I'm trying to think, like, isn't it funny, like, girlfriend, mother, sisters. 3 different forms of love, but kind of the same at the same time.
Kind of
3
builds your
different
character,
female
innit?
relationships, but somehow...
Yeah, because love is taught from the woman, innit? As you said.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it just creates you to a better man as well.
Yeah, women are special, man, I'm telling you. Like, my sister... Oh, you know my sister, man. Like,
Yeah, personality.
bro, my sister, she really is... I almost hate myself for not realising sooner how great she was.
Yeah, she's like you. I think so.
No, don't say that on top. Now I think, oh, look how great I am.
No, sorry.
But I am, though.
Not like that.
No, she is great. Do you know what it is? I guess this is what I think. And I think maybe some guys maybe out here could relate to this. I feel like if you have sisters and you're the only guy with sisters, you don't know how to treat them at a young age, I think. And me being a boy as a boy, I always had boys as friends. All my cousins are boys pretty much. And I grew up Algerian, so I was always with the boys. I kind of treated my little sister like my little brother. And this was good because I think...
you see a bit harder in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yasmin really took it personal. Like, she took it as if like I had a grudge against her.
Oh, yeah.
But I only made this discovery recently. Like, well, I actually just treat you like my little brother because I saw how Zach and Anis and Mehdi, they said, you saw them in the garden wrestling each other. I'm thinking, wow, this is what you do with your siblings. And I guess... that toughened her for sure. She won't ever admit that, but I think it toughened her because Yasmin's a tough cookie for sure. Second of all, oh wow, we can get deep here.
Yeah, I was about to get
you saw it, innit? You saw like okay, obviously I've said it before. I lost my dad So I never, when I was 13, she was 9. She lost her dad and she had a brother that was kind of trying to dominate her all the time, like an older brother and little sister. I failed my duty as a brother at the time. But I guess everything I'm trying to do now is we haven't got a bad relationship. My sister's like my sister. But it's just I have to be honest with myself and say I failed my duty as an older brother. Because Yasmin, at the end of the day, just wants to be left alone. Some people in your family don't need that intense love. They just want to be like Casey.
That is
Casey.
Casey.
They just stay in their room and it's
that's Casey.
And Yasmin, she'll love you from a distance. She'll cook you something. But she won't be like, I love you so much. And me, I'm an attention guy. So if you're not doing that to me, I take it personal.
This is Casey.
Yeah, and I took it personal with Yasmin growing up. I was like, that's when I learned there's a new version of, wow, maybe we can introduce a new female love. Like they love you indirectly. But that's more like a masculine love then.
Yeah.
So I think my sister was definitely much more, she showed her love through a masculine lens because I treated her like a masculine lens. You know what I'm trying to, you get what I'm trying to say? So her love was indirect. She'll do things randomly. She'll, Riyadh, I make baked cookies in the fridge for you. Yeah. That's it.
That stuff is like, what? Like,
a true feminine sister, but oh my god, look at the cookies. You know what I'm saying?
But that's another thing though, you know, when I was growing up, like, because they were obviously my younger siblings, I used to treat them like they were old. Like, I don't know why. I used to talk to them like they were old. Like, the amount of conversation I have with Rhiannon's like, out of all of them, Liam's up there. Casey keeps herself to herself, to be fair. So if you know Casey, she's, as you said, like Yasmin, she keeps herself to herself. So I have Liam and Rhiannon. And I used to talk to them just on levels. Like, if I had a problem, I'll talk to them. And I used to treat them like they were old. I was like, say, what did they used to do? They used to watch something, let alone they were still young. They used to watch something. I'm like, turn this crap off, man.
Put something interesting on.
Put something else on.
That's what I do to my little brother now. He's watching Alvin and Chipmunks. I was to turn that off.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
But now I look back at it and I'm thinking, I remember, honestly, Rhiannon and that have grown up like that. And I look back at it and I'm like, did I take like them being as a kid for granted? Like, the amount of memory. Like, I look at my memories on Snapchat. I had one the other day and I'm thinking, like, these men were like, I can't even explain it. When I thought about it the other day, I thought, like, I might have to have a kid just so I can relive this. Because it just disappeared, and I was like, nah. And now seeing him now, I think like Liam, work experience in the hospital, and he's just focused. Casey, focused.
Do you feel like you ever underestimate? Okay, I know you definitely. You get tunnel visions about your success. You bring. I feel like as a guy growing up in the family, you put all the burden of the family success on your own shoulders. You're like, I want to be the hero to drag us out of this mess or poverty or whatever situation is. But then you forget that maybe my brother wants to be the hero. My sister wants to be the hero.
Everyone, it's like a cycle.
And growing up, similar vibe. My sister at school, me at school, I was a loud one. The teachers knew me. Everyone knew me at school. Yasmin always felt a bit underappreciated. She goes, everyone talks about you all the time. Riyadh this, Riyadh that, Riyadh this. And I'm thinking, I only realised this second that maybe she wanted to be the hero and I didn't nurture the hero path for her as well as I could have. And it's so powerful when you think about that. Right, how many siblings have you got?
4
younger ones.
Oh, younger ones, 3.
Yeah. 3. You can have 3 people and plus yourself to drive the blaze.
Yeah.
How many siblings have you got younger?
Same.
That you 3. You got 3 mini heroes that you can nurture now to join you by yourself to drive the family out of whatever situation it is now. And I think that's so empowering. Having a sibling is just empowering. Sorry for those who don't, but you're not part of the club. Sorry, not sorry. It's not our fault. Should have spoke to your mum and dad more.
Honestly, talk to them. It's actually beautiful. It's like actually having a kid. If you think about it,
can't wait. To have
I feel like I'm practicing being a father.
Even now, the little brother,
your duty as a father has already begun. Always, you can't pick your. My mum always said this to me: you can't pick your parents, but you can pick the parent of your kid. Simple as that. Second thing my mum always tells me: your duty as a father has already begun. The minute you hit 18, every book you read, every job you take, every time you spend your savings, every moment where you should have challenged yourself, but you instead decided to take the easy path, these are all duties of a father.
I
can surely tell you I needed this. I'm not even bantering you. I need
you have to take the challenge.
You made me deep that as well, you know.
Fair.
Yeah, you have to take the challenge. To end on something before we wrap up, I only recently watched this. You know, it sounds like we're shifting, but we're not. Is that, you know, Moses in the burning bush? Have you ever heard of this? In the Bible or the Torah, Moses sees a burning bush, and by looking at the burning bush for so long, he sees God. But it's a burning bush that never burns away.
Yeah.
Why? It's kind of like the human soul. We are always burning, but we never perish.
Elaborate that. What do you mean? That?
So that in our lives, there's so much trouble, anxiety, challenges, upheavals, times you fall, you have to get back up. But that's burning. You're always on fire like the bush.
Oh yeah.
But in the story, the bush never perishes. Like the bush doesn't burn away.
Oh yeah.
Your life is almost transcendent. You're always burning, but you never perish.
Yeah.
And that image has burnt so into my head. I'm like, okay, I'm just a burning bush. I'm a bush that's always on fire, but never burns away.
Still there.
Yeah,
You know
still
what I'm
there,
saying?
innit?
And out there spoke the word of God to Moses. And I'm not even a religious person. I just love
But you know your
imagery.
stuff though when it comes to innit. You know your
But
stuff.
yeah, let's end on your favorite quote.
My favourite quote.
You got
Go on,
It's alright,
you
quick.
go first. You go first, quick, Kai.
Cool. My favorite quote, yeah, it's one by J.R.R. Tolkien, but it says, "Not everyone who wanders is lost. Not everyone who wanders is lost." That's my own. Reason being, yeah, is because, you know, there's, especially at these ages as well, there's people still finding their feet, you know, or maybe going through different. I feel like everyone else has their separate ways of life, you know, like maybe this guy has a different path, this guy is just, we're all different people, innit? But everyone's maybe second guessing, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Or should I do that? You know, so that's their wandering, I'd say. They're wandering around, but they're not lost. They're trying to find their path. That's just the way of the journey, innit? I just see not everyone who wanders is lost. So that's the way, one I'd take, 100%.
Self.
My one would probably be never delay gratitude. Meaning,
Oh wow, that's an amazing one.
meaning just like
It doesn't. You can't
I can't really explain it. It's kind of saying what it
it's like
is,
a
isn't it?
solid brick. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
I guess my one kind of relates to both of yours. I guess my one's said it so many times. I think to you, 1,000-mile journey begins with one step.
Oh yeah,
Simple
that
as that.
one's yeah.
I
That one.
was thinking about a different one. That was
It is.
similar to that.
Every step you should be gratitude for every step. Kind of like you. You're wandering, but you're still stepping towards.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Right now, like with this podcast, I'm a nobody right now, but it's one step, it's two steps, 3 steps, 4 steps.
Yeah.
Compound, isn't it?
Exactly. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. This was like a different
I did as
from
well.
the previous episodes. This one was like more for our memories, you know. It's like the friendship, as you can tell by this episode, is very strong, and hopefully we have kids. And if my kid is watching this in the future, or when we eventually have kids,
Putting them in front of the projector, mate.
Yeah, literally. This is one I'm going to put in front of the projector. Like, oh, 30 years ago, we recorded an episode on the podcast. Talk about you, actually, and our role. Look at us now. We was 23 then.
Yeah.
Now we can watch this. The next time we watch this is in 30 years' time.
You know, one main thing I'm going to use. I told you that baller was my boy.
That's a good ball. Alright, so
There's even more pressure, bro.
Alright, I'll go on YouTube.
There's even more pressure.
That is more pressure, but I'll go on YouTube and I'll be
Did
like,
Aaron actually carry on playing football?
See
We'll keep.
I'm like, don't worry, I'll
To
get
be
you to play
continued.
football with him.
To be continued.
You know?
yeah, that's like me going on it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on this podcast. Oh yeah, look at the first episode. It's got like 1 million subscribers. Oh yeah, that's my boy Rian, mate.
Well, the whole team rich.
I'll bring around the house on the weekend.
Kyreice has got something up under his sleeve. I already know it, man. 100%.